the 28th hour experience with K. Camille, where you know it's real. It's the 28th hour experience with K. Camille, where you know it's real. Current events, different topics with a twist you can't miss. K. Camille, 28th hour experience. Talking about books, different looks. Talking about stories that leave you shook. K. Camille, 28th hour experience.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the 28th hour experience. I'm your girl, K. Camille, and we are here with episode 19. I can't believe it. The next episode will be 20. We moving. So episode 19 is called When Life Gets a Little Too Real. And I know that is all ready to relatable, right? So you know how we do this. Of course, we're going to have our fun little story times at the end, our 28th hour of truth. So I hope y'all looking forward to that this week. So let's just jump right in. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I had one of the, have you ever had a weekend that was so good but so exhausting? Like, my social battery is like in need of rest. It's like I've been on so just go. But I've been having some of the best times of my life, but also like I'm exhausted and then like sometimes a bit overstimulated. So I know you guys can get it. So the free day that I had, which happened to be Monday, because my son's birthday was this past weekend, so it was all about him and doing things with him. I did get to watch a little bit of his and hers. I got like 2 or 3 episodes to watch, more episodes to watch, because last week we were talking about what we caught up on, and I was sitting up watching TV, and I just had made a note on Instagram, like, what's to watch, and I got some feedback. So I have tuned into his and hers, and it is really good. I cannot lie, it does. For me, because I like type of shows like that and books like that, it's predictable for me. But I'm still rocking with it because I didn't invest in my time. So once I watch it in its totality, we'll talk about it next week, all right? So now, my son's birthday was Friday, and this weekend was all about him. And, we had a great time at the Detroit Auto Show. When I tell y'all that this auto show was so good, it was good. Like, because I have children from different ages. So I have a 10-year-old, I have 2 10-year-olds, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So it's like, hold on, I need something that can appease to both parties. And my son brought his friend along, so I'm like, okay, cool, you got a buddy, and then I got these 2. And I'm so glad that they had something for the little kids to stay entertained. I was like, oh my God, this is the best auto show ever. And it had the new stuff, it had the old schools, it had people who owned their personal cars. Of course, the kids got to buy cars. The Science Center was there. I really think that Detroit did its big one with this auto show. I enjoyed myself. Now, let's talk about this crazy weather. Now, we under winter weather advisory. They saying for the next couple of weeks, and Detroit's in the Midwest, so we are really getting it. Now, just the other day, we had a 100-car pileup, and kids still out of school, and that's trying to figure that out. But I won't complain, because Russia got over 7 feet of snow where they were snowed in, literally. So I won't complain, because I'm not snowed in like Russia. And they say it ain't snowed like that in over 100, I want to say over 130 years, but it was definitely 100 years. Look at that. But then, now look at this. We ain't got that much snow, and this is a 100-car pileup. So both things can be true at the same time. And these 2 things happen, I want to say a week apart, or within the same 5 days, within that 5-day break. So it's crazy. All I can tell y'all is be very careful if you are in the Midwest or anywhere where it is getting inclement weather. Please be careful. Drive slow. And the number one rule when you drive, you have to drive for others around you, because don't nobody be paying attention. Trust me. Now, I know if y'all ain't looking, look now. Look at this lip. So I have a new lip from Skin Studio Beauty. Y'all know that I am the brand ambassador for the illustrious Skin Studio Beauty. And today's lip gloss is Pucker Up. Let me show you what it looks like. She's a cutie. And the lip liner is Plum Pressure, and it's giving a good mauve-y outline with the Plum Pressure. The inside is the pucker up. It looks really, really cute. I like it. It's for when you want some color, but you don't want lipstick. I like it. And then as you keep going, it's just going to keep blending and keep looking good and just juicify. So please go to Skin Studio Beauty. You can follow her on Instagram. Enter in the 28th hour experience for your 10% off when you go on there. Tell her K Camille sent you, okay? Now, let's go to our music because, you know, we got a song every week. Now, one thing I don't want y'all to forget, if y'all have a song suggestion, please feel free. Just like y'all send me story times and advice questions, send in a song. If you have a song that inspired you this week, because I be needing help. Because some days I don't be listening to music. Some days I do. It depends on how busy I am and what I'm doing. But if you have a song suggestion of one of your favorite songs that make you feel good, please DM me or email me at the 28th hour exp@gmail.com. So the song of the week is Leave It Smokin' by Tamia. Now, I love this song because I was upset. Now, I told you this was one of the best weekends and like one of the most exhausting weekends of my life because I'm celebrating 10 years of life with my son. But then I'm still being a mom to the other kids. It was exhausting. I was like going up and down at that auto show because my son like, oh, ma, this sweet. And then they pulling me like, look, ma, this. So I felt like me and my husband was done. After the auto, we was done. We got beat up by our kids. Not physically, but like parenthood whooped our ass this weekend. But because of that, this song came on randomly. And when I tell you it changed my mood, this song changed my mood. And I love this song. It made me want to ballroom. It made me want to go out and have a drink. It just, check it out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. It's Leave It Smokin' by Tamia. It just made me feel good. So I just thought to share. It came on randomly and I was like, I got to shout this song out because I was just over it. I was like ready to fall out. Let's move on to some little things that I scrolled on the internet over the week. Nene is confirmed to be back, a piece of back with the Housewives of Atlanta, because although she is not going to get the peach for the full season 17, she will be on a spinoff series, the Real Housewives Ultimate Road Trip, where she will be making a stop in Atlanta, I believe. But, you know, she left after 12 seasons. And for her to say when she did leave, she said she wasn't going to come back. But we're glad to see her because Nene is a vet in that show and she made it very entertaining. So I do want to see her in a spinoff. I hope that it's such a good vibe that it inspires her for next season. If she wants that peach, she can get that peach and we can go on with our lives, you know. Tune in. Let's move on to our current events. Let's start with a judge barred federal agents from detaining or tear gassing peaceful protesters unless they pose a threat, affirming the First Amendment rights amid the tensions. Because now you know the Twin Cities is going down. They are protesting. Businesses are being affected by this. You know, the tensions continue over the weekend in Minneapolis. The protesters have clashed in the streets with law enforcement, and this is after the second shooting. It was a second shooting. This in about a week involving a federal officer. A person got shot in the leg, I believe, a male. And the Department of Homeland Security said that on Wednesday, a federal law enforcement officer shot a person who they said had fled a traffic stop and then, along with two other people, began attacking the officer. So this is what's going on right now. The incident followed the fatal shooting of Renee Good. And we know this is a 37-year-old mother. She was unalive on January 7th. And, the DHS official said Good was allegedly attempting to run over law enforcement when ICE officers fatally shot her. A claim that local officials have disputed because everybody's seen the video. Like, she was, like I told y'all last week, it looked like fear. And it was also, I'm seeing more that she had 3 children. So my condolences go out to her spouse, her children, and the community, because now the community is at rest, and the judge had to come out with this because y'all not about to just be shooting civilians because of what you think they are or whatever. You can't just do that. That is unconstitutional, you know? So community leaders and labor unions have organized an economic blackout, urging people to skip work, school, and shopping and protest for the immigration enforcement and in honor of Good's memory. So I do think that if they do conduct this the right way, that it will make a public statement. They have already, for example, in Chicago, when they did call themselves trying to go in Chicago was, the people was towing their cars, closing businesses early. Like, we got to fight back and use our power. I also seen, scrolling on the internet, how an ICE agent had walked up on a Somalian man, and a whole bunch of Somalians came out of nowhere, like, gone, and it's, what it's seeming like is that it's coming to a place where the citizens of this country have to defend themselves and have to, protect their community, because the officials and the government agencies that are being sent in are not here to protect us at this point. They are here to keep us under some type of control, and that's not cool, because how I was taught in, social studies, that we were a democracy, and we the people, that's why it starts off we the people, because the people vote in the officials, and we really are the ones who are supposed to make the moving and grooving in here. So the fact that you are sending people in to kind of subdue us, and that is our right, is why I feel America needs to stand on 10, and don't fall for whatever they trying to do. So my condolences go out to that woman's family, because it is unfortunate. You have 3 children who don't have their mom, and you have a country that's unrest. But do know that we are behind you guys, over here at the 28th Hour Experience, because it's ridiculous. Let's move on to this crazy story. Look at this lady. So she was a nurse in Virginia, a former neonatal nurse in the NICU care unit. Elizabeth Ann Strotman, 27, at Henrico's Doctor Hospital in Virginia, has pleaded no contest to multiple felony child abuse charges connected to injuries sustained by infants in her care. She did this to 9 babies, y'all. So what she was doing, 9 infants were identified as victims dating back from 2022 through 2024, with injuries including bone fractures and bruising that were officially deemed non-accidental and inconsistent with normal NICU cases, because these babies couldn't have caused such injuries on their own. Surveillance and expert testimony presented in court showed at least one incident where the nurse applied excessive force on an infant. Strotman entered a no contest plea to 9 felony child abuse charges and faces sentencing June 5th of this year. Under the plea agreement, she's barred from permanently from nursing or working with children or vulnerable adults, thank God, and families of the victims will be allowed to speak at sentencing to describe the impact of their injuries. Can you imagine that you already, as a parent, you already have a child that's in NICU, so you already are like this? You know what I'm saying? Because something happened. First of all, you're a pregnant woman and you have had your child. That's scary in itself. Something happened where the child has to go to NICU, so you don't even have your baby with you. So you're already anxiety up the roof, and your heartbeat is out your ass, okay? The fact that you are trusting these nurses and doctors to do whatever they need to do to help make sure that your baby make it back in your arms, and the babies are suffering bones, it's making me think, how does that affect them and their growth and their development? Because they're already in NICU, so it's already something that was happening with a development issue or whatever the case may be. You're going to further ensue pain on that child. She is evil, and I really hope they throw the book at her. Throw the book at her. I did see over the weekend, I'm going to bring it up next week, an 18-year-old at a daycare, I believe a daycare, she was smothering kids. She just unalived a child, and she said she was doing it for attention. Young black girl, 18 years old. 18 years old. We're going to talk about it next week, though. This case, you know, 9 children. And it's like, for it to go on this long, for it, like the first NICU baby that got anything broke on them, they should have been on it. 9 children, unless she did them all on that same day. That's the only way I understand that part. Let's get into the 28th hour of truth. So this week I have a couple of stories, and I want y'all to comment. Tell me what y'all think about these scenarios. So let's do the first one. Subject line was friendship betrayal. Hi, Kate Camille. So I have a friend I've known since college. Recently, I found out she was spreading rumors about me at work, and it's affecting how my colleagues treat me. I don't want to cut her off because we've been friends for years, but I'm so hurt. How do I handle someone who used to be like family but now feels toxic? The same thing you would do to a family member that makes you feel toxic. It's going to hurt because it's something you're used to. It's something you're comfortable with. It's just like a relationship that no longer serves you a purpose. You have to walk away. Personally, college ain't long on me. But again, the length thing really don't matter to me, because if you have to cut off family members, baby, if somebody is adding a toxicity and this is your paper, this your bread and your butter, separate yourself from her so that those rumors that she keep talking about can no longer appear to be true. Because as long as you keep trying to scrangle up behind her and try to be her friend and try to understand why and try to play it cool, it's going to look like the rumors are true. So separate yourself from her and them people who believe her, because you don't want anybody who's a follower that just believe anything. If they say, oh, she wear purple sandals every day, and they be like, oh, can you believe she wear purple sandals? You don't want them to be your friends anyway. But make sure that it's an understanding of respect. Keep it cordial, but let them know that ain't even bothering you. Cut her off. Do it. It's going to hurt because it's comfortable. But get uncomfortable a bit so you can expand your horizons and get a better friend. Excuse me, y'all. I got to drink my tea. This weather. But get you another friend. This could be happening so you can let go of a zero and get a hero. In friend world, you know. Let's move on. So the second one, the subject line was family pressure. Hi, 28th hour. I'm 26 and recently got engaged. Congratulations. My family keeps pressuring me to have a huge wedding and pick a traditional career path. But I want a simple ceremony and I'm pursuing art. I feel like I'm disappointing them, but I don't want to live my life for their approval. How do I stand my ground without burning bridges? Okay, I'm going to ask you this. Say you do what they say, what they want. You had this big wedding and you go down a traditional career path, and you and your husband down the line look and you're like, yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy because I didn't do anything for myself. And then it goes into your marriage because now you're bitter and resentful. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just trying to be realistic. I don't like giving cookies and cupcakes when they're not. That's not what you're asking for. You're asking for my honest opinion. That's your husband. That's your fiance, whatever. That's your fiance. And that's your dream. We're in a world today where you can really, the free will is free willing, okay? Your art can take you far. Like, you display your art on this social media and stuff. Like, it's so many things. I say keep pursuing your art, you know, and have your simple ceremony. And if they don't respect it, they don't have to come. They're not marrying him. You are. I didn't have no big ceremony. I don't like that. I don't want no big ceremony. I don't want no big ceremony. And if you don't want no big ceremony, don't you feel bad about, no. This is about your happiness. You want to look back 30 years from now holding your spouse's hand like, remember our wedding? Remember we did that big dumbass wedding we ain't really want to do? You want to look back on y'all times and it's something that y'all wanted to do. It's something that y'all agreed on, because you already had the jitters when you getting married. You already got the jitters. You know, you don't want to add more to your plate. And a lot of people don't like big productions because they don't like big productions. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I love small ceremonies. I like wedding ceremonies that reflect the people's relationship. Those are always the cutest to me. So do your simple ceremony. And again, I'm saying small, but it could be a nice size and simple. I did a simple ceremony. I didn't want to have a big thing. And again, you're ultimately paying for other people to have a good time when you could be putting that money into your art career, whatever your fiance's doing, or a dog-ass honeymoon. So I say do the simple ceremony. Keep pursuing your art. Don't worry about them bridges, because if they love you, they really love you, they're your family and they respect you and they love your fiance, they gonna come if y'all said y'all was getting married at IHOP, okay? Let's go to the next one. It's called work frustration. The subject line was work frustration. Hey, Camille, I'm 32 and work in a corporate office. There's this coworker who takes credit for everything I do. I've tried to talk to him, but he just smiles and keeps doing it. I feel like I'm stuck because I need this job, but it's really affecting my motivation. What's the best way to handle people like this without losing my cool? Okay, give him a dummy version. So when he's telling you your ideas, first of all, I would stop talking to the dude. Besides good morning, good bye, good coffee, Dan, whatever, that's it. But if y'all do gotta talk on the element where it's talking about business ideas, I will give him all the dummy version ideas. The ideas that I thought about but I knew wasn't gonna work. So it can sound a little bit realistic. And then you go in that meeting with your real ideas. Don't quit sharing your stuff. Quit sharing your stuff. You can't do, and you've learned your lesson. So give him the dummy versions. And then when y'all get in that board meeting and it's time to dish those ideas out, you let your true blue ideas come out and you let him go first. It don't really matter who go first because he ain't gonna have your idea, because don't tell him. It's that simple. And guess what? You ain't gonna lose your cool, because then you're gonna be laughing. Watch that man's shoulders sink in at that long table. You ain't gonna be mad. You gonna be finding it quite humorous that he fell for that. And he gonna be looking at you getting all the glory. And I bet you he don't never come again, because now he see you done caught on to his bull. And then after you do that, I suggest you have a good victory meal after work. Good steak or something. Now, I got a hold the line question, y'all, that was sent, and I want y'all opinion on it. I want y'all opinion on it. It's a hold the line question that I couldn't hold up, so y'all tell me, please give me y'all opinion, okay? Because I don't know. Because I don't know how it could be seen as without a problem, I guess. Just listen. So, one of my 28th hour listeners wants to know, my partner wants me to meet their family as soon as possible, but I'm not ready. How do I say no without creating tension? And that's the part that is getting me, like, because if you don't want to meet nobody's parents right now, like, I respect that. Like, you gotta, and it could be for different. Now, tell the honest reason. If you're not ready, you just not ready. Like, and if they, go in like, well, why you not ready? I'm pretty sure deep down inside why you're not ready. If you're okay with sharing that with your partner, share that, and hopefully they can respect your wishes. If you're not okay with sharing that to your partner, I don't know, because it's going to come off like, well, what? And then it depends on how long y'all been talking, because you could just flat out say, it's too soon. I'm still getting a feel out for you yet before I meet, the people that created you, So you can play it like that. But y'all, my listeners, y'all tell me what y'all think below. Like, how do you say no without causing tension with somebody and they want to meet you and they want you to meet their family ASAP? Yeah, we need more details, but like, yeah. How would y'all go about that? Let me know. Now, this last story that I got for y'all, it was just really, it's like a glitch in the matrix type thing. And I was like, what the hell did I just get sent? So here we go. Says, so I was driving home late one night after visiting a friend. It's about a 40-minute drive through mostly quiet back roads. I get home around 11:30, go straight to bed, and set my alarm for work. The next morning, my coworker looks at me all weird and goes, "You left your notebook here last night." I laughed and said, "What are you talking about? I wasn't even at work yesterday." She pulls out my exact notebook, same stickers, same pen, clipped on the side, even the folded grocery receipt I use as a bookmark. She swears she saw me come into the office, drop it off on my desk, and leave without saying anything. 2 other coworkers confirmed it. They said I was wearing my gray hoodie and had my hair pulled back, which was exactly what I wore the night before while driving home. I go check my security camera later that day just to convince myself it was a mix-up. And at 8:47 p.m., my camera caught me or someone who looked exactly like me walking out of my front door. Thing is, I hadn't moved from my couch since 8:15. No break-in, no missing time, no signs of editing, just a perfect copy of me doing something I don't remember. Still have no explanation, and that notebook is back on my desk. But now I can't bring myself to touch it. And girl, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I would be pinching myself literally all day. Literally all day. Cause like, what was that? When did I go to work? And people know when they go to work. And I better get paid for that day too. Now look. Go to your pay stub. See how much you get paid. Did you get paid a full day or did you get paid a half day? That's where we can see where that time went, where the money went. Message me back and tell me what your pay stub did. The pay stub for that day, if you can remember that day, did it pay you for a whole day or a half day? What was that? And check your emails at work from that day. Like, what was, if there are any. Now, I want y'all to keep sending me your stories, letters, and dilemmas and questions to the 28th hour exp@gmail.com, or you can DM me on my Instagram at the 28th hour experience. I don't care if you started off with Dear 28th Hour, Hey K Camille. I'll be tuning in and you will get a chance to catch them on one of the episodes from the 28th Hour Experience. Until then, thanks for giving me a piece of your hour to be a part of the 28th Hour Experience. Please keep your peace, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Stories that leave you shook. K Camille, 28th Hour.